No, I'm not quite as tall. I've been shrinking a little bit.
Ah, well, that'll help. Yeah, that'll make a difference.
You get older, you get shorter, apparently.
Yeah, it's space between your bones or whatever.
I don't
bones
know, yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hey, here we go again.
Yeah. Today we're going to watch a couple of short movies.
Okay.
We did watch that one. We watched the forklift driver Klaus one with all the gore.
Yeah, right.
That was fun. These are animated ones. I don't know.
Cartoons, you mean?
Well, actually, this is stop motion, but it definitely animation.
Okay.
But I mean, if I'm showing it to you, it's going to be something interesting. Hopefully, I mean, hey, even Akira, right? That was the Japanese animated one, which was technically a cartoon.
Yeah.
And that was some pretty solid animation. So today we're going to watch two movies. The first one we're going to watch, well, I don't know about the order, but we're going to watch Dimensions of Dialogue.
Conventions?
Dimensions. Yeah.
Of dialogue.
Which is a very strange name for, well, what's going to be a very strange movie, in fact.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Do they talk in it?
No.
No dialogue.
No dialogue, despite the name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's by I believe he's Czech, a Czech animator named Jan Svankmajer. Yeah, he's one of my favorite directors. He does very weird stuff. This will be like a departure, but it's short, right? So
Yeah, okay,
it's a departure from what we usually watch, and you might love it. I don't know. I love it.
Sure.
I think it's really cool. I like his style. It's weird. It's surrealist kind of stuff. The things you can only do in animation.
Good. Okay. Interesting.
And the other one we're going to watch is it's sort of a fairy tale almost. Well, it's not an actual fairy tale, but it plays out like a fairy tale. It's called The Cat with Hands. Hands.
Not Puss in Boots then.
Not Puss in Boots. It's also stop motion. I didn't plan it that way. Like we could have done live action or whatever for short, but for whatever reason, it's one that I've enjoyed for a while now, and we'll see. It's got a bit more story, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. I mean, hopefully you'll enjoy them both.
Yeah.
It might be closer to what you usually enjoy.
Okay, we'll find out.
Yep. All right. So whatever the order it is, Cat with Hands, Dimensions of Dialogue. Let's go. There's no dialogue in this. So.
Oh, okay. I don't need to have the ear on then.
Nope.
Well, I'll save the batteries then.
Yeah.
Which one is this one?
This is Dimensions of Dialogue.
Oh, right. No dialogue, right?
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Yeah, I just...
I guess if you're going to explain the dimensions of dialogue, you don't need any real dialogue to do it.
I guess not.
This guy's done a couple like full-length movies, but he's done a lot of animation, a lot of shorts. He likes to use food.
There's music, though, I see.
Yes. They just kind of change places. All right, so that was Dimensions of Dialogue. And now we will watch The Cat with Hands.
The Cat with Hands.
The Cat with Hands.
Right.
Now you know where the name came from.
Yep. Like the looking cat, too.
Yeah.
Oh, this is little thing.
Yeah, big old mouth. Not getting any prettier.
Tongue.
All right, and that was The Cat with Hands.
That was it?
That was it.
Holy
Like I said, it was a short one. Not as long as the first one.
Holy mackerel.
All right, so that was Dimensions of Dialogue and The Cat with Hands. So pop quiz, you're the pop, here's your quiz. This one's going to be a real easy one. I don't know if you liked either of them, but which one did you like more?
Probably the first one.
Okay, I would have guessed the other one, but maybe because of the length. Okay, so what do you have to say about them? I could start. Obviously, I'm a big fan of animation in general. I like all forms of animation, and especially in shorter form, I don't mind if it gets weird. Like if it's an hour and a half and it's like completely weird and there's no story, I'm not usually into that. There's a few movies that are okay, but generally that's where I would consider it like art house bullshit, which I think we talked about on the last one. And that this, I don't think in a short film I don't have to worry about that very much. And even the same director who did Dimensions of Dialogue, he has done feature films, and those are more plot oriented. They're still weird. They have animated portions with live action people, kind of like the last one almost in a way. And it works. He balances the style well, in my opinion, as a fan of his stuff. And the guy who did the second one has done a bunch of other stuff, so horrific kind of short film, longer. I don't think he's done a feature. If he has, I can't remember, but other short animated sort of horror stories like the Cat with Hands.
Oh yeah.
Did you guess in Cat with Hands that he was the cat? Yeah, you figured he was there
at the end.
For sure.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Anyhow, well,
it's like there's nothing to say, all right?
Well, I don't know. The first one I couldn't figure what the hell was going on for a while. Then I thought, okay, maybe we're going through the evolution.
Sure. Yeah.
You start off with you eat that, and you throw it back, and mouse comes back, and it wasn't. Yeah.
That first short, I think that's kind of what it was. Like the idea of, like the name was Dimensions of Dialogue, right? Yeah. So my impression was that it was. Even though they were eating each other, I think they were actually talking to each other.
Okay.
And through that you get a sort of refinement, right? They get crushed down into smaller bits, so you learn and you get more information.
You throw it all out, and this is what you get.
And this is the new person who knows a little bit more, is a little bit more refined. And then...
But at the end, it kind of threw me over. I don't know what
Well, at the end, I think
I don't know what that little gob floating around was.
Oh, the one...
I thought it was a little baby at first.
I thought it was too. I guess it was some... So each one was, it was like 3 different stories, right? So we had the first one where they're eating the parts eat each other, they get smaller. It ended with them sort of marching along and spitting each other up. So it seemed like if we were going with the idea that people were learning from each other through dialogue, maybe at the end there was no more knowledge to give. Like they'd sort of gotten, I don't know.
Is that why they smeared each other with that little gobby guy? Just
Well, that's the second part. So the second part was, it was them like in love, they have sex, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was like some form of resentment, maybe. It was like this, well, that's what I thought, because then they throw it at each other. It's like they're in anger at the end, right?
Yeah, they were.
So I thought maybe it was like a resentment between them after they had made love, and they were like building up an anger towards each other. They kind of were pushing it away, and then they ended up sort of using it against each other.
Yeah.
That was my impression.
That was anger then. Okay. I thought maybe it wasn't. Okay.
I thought it would be a baby too. Like I thought it was going to be a baby, but then it clearly wasn't. It was.
They should mess around.
Something wrong with that baby. I don't know.
Yeah, mom and dad too.
Yeah, the last one, I don't know if there was a meaning to the last part of that one where it was the 2 heads. I don't know what it was. I like the idea though. I like the idea that they're like, it's almost like 2 hands, right? Like one brings out the toothbrush, one brings out the toothpaste. Yeah, but then when they switch, all of a sudden everything
came out different order.
Yeah, starts going wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out what that was all about too. But the message was there, other than things get mixed up or something.
That could be it, right? Well, and again, I imagine it comes down to dialogue and communication. So it could easily just be like a society, like they're working together. So like left hand, right hand. But and then things and then when things shift, all of a sudden we can't
get coordinated, get it together. Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that.
I think that seems like I think we figured it out. You know what? A+ for us. Good job, us. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it could be whatever you want it to be.
Well, that's true, you know,
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
and I think with a lot of art, like there might be a meaning that the artist has, but what you take away with it from it is what really matters, and that can change, right? Like
No, it sure
I
can.
might have had an idea of what it meant, and then we had our discussion, and we developed
change
a
it.
deeper idea.
Oh, yeah, well, way deeper.
Way deeper. I'm forcing you to be
down.
deep on this one. The one thing you hate. That's all right.
Yeah.
And then Cat with Hands. I mean, obviously, I'm a horror fan, right? And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just a nice, short little,
It was short. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured out.
a little creepy little story. I
Yeah.
like the look of the evil cat.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, the cat was ugly.
Oh yeah, but that intentionally, right? Like
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cat with hands, like he just his little hands
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Even if he wasn't as ugly and mangy as he was, he would have still been like a creepy monster.
But he
just-
came out of the well. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
way
Somebody
down
tried
the
to get
hall.
rid of him first.
Yeah, yeah, he tried to get rid of him and came back up. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I don't know if there's much more to say. There was so
much.
short. It's not a lot to go
no,
on.
I can't talk much about
I can
that.
say you didn't react much while we were watching, which is fine. I mean, you know, it is what it is. What did you? Okay, so the cat was ugly. Let's go back to the first one. What did you think of the actual animation, like the art of it, the art style? Like,
Well, actually, I like the art style. 'Cause, like, you know, they kind of made, you know, junk together, and then
Yeah.
you know, and they did a pretty good job of kind of, I think, evolving it. And
yeah, like even just in evolution, like you started with junk representing people, and then
Yeah.
you had the clay, but they had no eyes, and then the clay with the eyes.
yeah,
So it was like,
yeah,
yeah.
that wasn't bad at all.
I liked it. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Second one, I don't know, it was just ugly
Pretty
enough.
short, hard to get into
Right,
that
yeah,
one.
you can't
It
really-
ended a lot quicker than I thought it was.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
yeah.
was trying to figure out what was going on. Then it's over.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah.
He goes off into the world, and I don't know, he's got nothing left to take, but I imagine he'll
Yeah.
still be eating people.
Well, the guy can't talk anymore either.
No, that guy, he ate him though.
Yeah, he
right.
ate him
'Cause
too.
well, his
He
face
took his tongue
went-
and ate that.
Yeah, and then you saw him get pulled. I think he was like,
right. The very
so,
end, yeah.
and then I figure the cat's out there still eating people, right? Like that's kind of right outside actually. He's skipping along the water.
Can he swim? I can't. I guess
Well,
they
he was
can.
in the well. He seemed all right
That's
down
true.
there.
I
He
think
wasn't
he-
wet though,
yeah,
so maybe he was just
put him
hanging out
back
in the
in there.
bucket. I think it's a good idea. Get
That's
rid of
right.
that
That's
beast.
where he belongs.
All right, so let's do them one at a time. So the first one is Dimensions of Dialogue. Where are we going with that guy?
It's a downer for me.
That's fair. Well, then I imagine we're going to do the same with Cat with Hands.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's fair. You know what? It was a stretch.
Yeah, it just wasn't anything that
Nothing to grab onto.
nothing to grab onto.
Yeah.
Not for me.
No, and that's fair.
I mean, the fashion, that part was okay. Maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been so harsh on it. Just didn't have a.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can appreciate some of it, but not enjoy it. That's the way it works, and
Yeah.
that's perfectly fair.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, everybody, like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. Thanks for watching.
Don't watch that one.
If you want to, it's on YouTube. It's like a YouTube special. We got 2 shorts. They're both on YouTube. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.